Hey guys, it's Rick. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing our next One Pallet Pretty video for March. And that is where we take a random card from the color cube. This is the card we picked. And we are going to build a card from it. I'm using Penny Black products today. I'm going to stamp everything in my rich cocoa ink. And my stamp sets are the Love's Embrace. I'm going to use the sentiments from that. I'm going to use the Tender Roses and the Posted stamp sets. I've already stamped out the Tender Roses, the large heart wreath, into the posted stamp, and I just masked off the area that I didn't want to be covered with some Post-it notes, and I'm coloring in the leaves right now using my Ohuhu Brush Markers. And for my green combination, I picked GY43, which is the darkest color, GY42, GY8, and my lightest color, which is right here, is GY5. So I'm going to color all my leaves the same color combination, starting with the GY43, blending that out with the GY42, and the GY8 is my mid-tone, and then my highlight color is GY5. So we were going to do that to all the other leaves. For the smaller leaves, I only use GY42, GY8, and GY5. That way it had a little bit of a transitional color, and then I'm going to come along with the darkest marker and cover over the stems of the wreath. For my gold combination, I went with a GY8 as my darkest color, and I'm going to start off by putting that in all my creases of the roses, and then I'm going to blend the GY8 out with GY9 because it was a little bit lighter. And then I'm going to blend that out with GY6 as my mid-tone and GY1 as my highlight. And I did all my roses that were yellow with that color combination. I'm going to do a second one up here at the top so you can see a little bit bigger one. I did color some of these off screen in those same color combinations that we're using. That way we have some more roses that we're going to use on our card in just a little bit. So again, I started off in the darkest area with the GY8 and went over that with the GY9. You do have to make sure with this color combination, you kind of go over each layer so it blends really nicely. So that's something you want to be aware of. If you're not getting a good blend, you might want to try that. All right, we're going to blend that out with GY6, which is our mid-tone. And that is just lemon yellow in the Ohuhu markers. And then that's blended out with GY1 or Y1, and that is pastel yellow. All right, so we're going to finish that up. I'm going to color my next color off, my next color rose, which is an orange rose. And yes, I had to have an orange rose. Don't judge me. My color combinations for this is Y5 in the darkest area. That's my shadow color, and that is rouge orange. And then I'm going to blend that out with YR190 as my next darkest color. And that is cadmium orange. And then I'm going to blend that out with my mid-tone color, which is, where are you at? Y7. And then I'm blending Y7 out with my Y4 as my highlight color. And so I'm going to color all my orange flowers like that. And then for my smaller petal flowers right here, I just use the YR190, Y7, and Y4. Y4. Why I couldn't put OR. All right, for this flower, we're going to do a transitional color. I switched out two of my orange markers for my yellows. I went with Y6 and Y7 and switched out. I'm just using the YR190 as my darkest, Y7 as my mid-tone, and then I'm going to blend that out with Y6 right here. And then I'm going to blend that one out with Y1. This way it gives me a two-tone flower transitioning from the orange to the yellow. And then for my red flower, the crimson in the card, I'm using R8 as my darkest color. And then I'm blending R8 out with R6. And then R5 is the next color we're blending with. And my final blend is R4 to blend everything out for my highlights. And I'm going to color the purple flowers or mulberry according to the card. And for that, I picked RV 250. That's my darkest color. I'm going to put that in all my shadow areas. And then I'm going to blend the the 250 out with the RV 240. That's my next darkest color. And we're just adding that right over our RV 250. And then we're going to blend out with our mid-tone color, which is RV 200. And that's going to get the most of the color. And then my highlight color is RV 180. And that's going to give me a nice, pretty violet color. And we're going to use this color combination one more time to do our background. So we're going to start off filling in our background area with the RV 250. I'm going to go trace around all of the flowers in that section. And I did break this down section by section. I'm going to blend that out with the RV 240. And then the RV 200 right here, and RV 180. And then I'm going to come back and give it a second coat. But you want to start closest to the flower with your darkest color and blend it out going in the opposite direction. And now we fill that in off screen. For the stamp, I started off with Y4 as my right around the edge of the border. And then I'm going to switch into Y8 and go right over that. I just wanted that Y4 in there to give a little bit more punch of a color underneath. And I'm blending the Y8 out with Y9. And I'm going to do that on all four sides of my postage stamp. It's just like right here. We're going to go around this one edge right here. We're going back with the Y8, blending that out with our Y9. Just right here, we're blending that out, and I'm going to continue on around the other two sides, whatever sides are left. I hope y'all are enjoying this series. I hope that y'all are seeing different color combinations that you haven't seen. All right, I've got everything all colored. I'm going to add the RV 250, a little slice of that to that piece of cardstock because I'm going to use that for my sentiment, and I went ahead and did my matte layer. And I'm going to color that with R8. And by the way, I am using, this is Nina cut paper, but the paper I was coloring on was Strathmore marker, 400 series marker paper. I wanted to test that out. Strathmore usually has really good products, so I really wanted to try it. Now I'm going to take and emboss this piece of cardstock with the Plaid Company embossing folder from Spellbinders. I wanted a little texture back there, and I'm going to cut everything out. I'm going to layer my emboss panel up on my matte layer, and then we are going to layer that onto our card base, which is from thick Nina 110 pound cardstock. It's a nice heavier weight cardstock. Or it could be 120. I don't remember. I have all three of them, so. All right, we're going to do a little heat embossing onto our postage stamp. So I'm going to prep that with my Rabbit Hole Design powder tool. And I'm going to lay on the little postage images that are in the postage stamp set. I'm going to put the little swirly postmark thing at the bottom and the postage amount at the top. I'm going to heat stamp these in Wow Ultra Sticky Embossing, Ultra Slow Drying Embossing ink. And then I'm going to put the posted, where they cancel the stamp. I'm going to put that on there and stamp that in that. Same ink. And then we are going to stamp our sentiments in the same ink. So I'm going to prep that cardstock with the powder tool. And I decided right here that I could actually fit both sentiments from the Love's Embrace stamp set from Penny Black on there. So I went ahead and stamped both of them in the Ultra Wow Sticky ink. And then we're going to take and cover these with our embossing powders. So for the white, I use my super fine, opaque, bright white from Wow. And I did a little bit of selective embossing on the post stamp. And I'm going to color the rest of it in the metallic, rich gold embossing powder from Wow. I got so tongue-tied right there. All right, so I've had my heat tool getting set up on the side, so I'm going to heat that until they're smooth and melted. And then we are going to cut our sentiments out after we pop up our postage stamp. And I have used, this is the last of my 3M foam tape. I have used that. It took me 9 years or eight and a half years to use this entire roll of 3M Post-it tape, but I have finally done it. Now I want to order more. And it's hard to find, y'all. I don't know if I'm going to order more or not. Let me know if you think I should order more or try a different foam tape. If you have a favorite foam tape, leave me a comment below and let me know which one you like the best. All right, I'm going to pop in some of my little loose roses underneath the postage stamp. I'm putting one of the purple ones, the orange, and I'm going to put a red one at the top, and I add a second one at the bottom. I just wanted to draw your eye to the roses. So that carried in a nice way to doing that, and added some more flowers because you know I'm all about the flowers. Now we're going to add our other ones in the inside. So I put 2 on the right hand side, and then I put the other one on the left hand side. So you actually get a peek of a rose, and either way you stand this card up. All right, we're going to cut out our sentiments, and I'm just going to cut these down into very thin strips. And make sure I got it nice and thin. I've cut those down a little bit smaller. I'm going to put the love and hugs on the front, tucked right under the posted. And then I'm going to take the other one and put on the inside of my card. And that is going to be my entire card for today. There is our inspiration color scheme for this month. And if you like this video, you're probably going to like this one coming up next. Here's a different look at the card. Thanks for stopping by. I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Love you.